Welcome back, scholars, to part 2 of this amazing series highlighting and celebrating the legacy of melanated queens throughout history. First, we went over Queen Khalifa or Calafia, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Shout out to all of our Californians in here. But now we're going to leave the United States and go to the continent of Africa. And this is going to be a legacy that I think most of y'all know. We're going to go over Pharaoh Queen Cleopatra. My name is Devon Chevelle, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game, and of course, this is Black Study Snacks. We give you bite-sized knowledge for hungry, melanated minds. Queens, let's get snacking.
Black queens, holla if you know some. Black kings, tell me what you know, son. For this hack magic, black ones.
So, of course, Queen or Pharaoh Cleopatra was the ruler over Egypt. And she inherited the throne after her father Ptolemy passed away in 51 BC, and she ruled all the way through 30 BC. Although Queen, Empress, Goddess Cleopatra, she had a whole lot of titles. Although she was over Egypt, herself, she was not Egyptian. She came from a long line of Ptolemaic rulers who are from Greek descent but ruled in Egypt. Although she was of Greek descent, she was the first Ptolemaic ruler, and there was a long line. She was the first Ptolemaic ruler to actually take the time to learn the local Egyptian language and 12 other languages. In addition to that, she was a scholar, although it's not talked about too much, right? Her beauty, her goddess essence is usually what we remember. But Cleopatra was a scholar, right? Over 12 different languages. She studied science, she studied mathematics, she studied the movement of the stars. So she was definitely, she used her beauty a little bit when needed, but she was definitely book smart and very intellectual as well. Two more interesting fun facts about Cleopatra. She married and had children with Mark Antony, but that caused a little bit of a rift or a little bit of conflict between Egypt and the Roman Senate. So they went to war, and during that war, she personally led 12 naval ships to battle, right? She was one about that life. But number two, I love that she was a servant leader. She wasn't just saying go to war, but she's going to get on those fleets with you and go to war with you as well. Number two thing that we learned about Cleopatra is because she did have essence of beauty, because some people did see her as, a goddess or a deity, she kind of used that to her advantage, and she made a lot of really grand, big entrances that just kind of fed into the loop and affirmed her deity identity as well. So when we think about black girl magic, just know it goes way back, all the way back to the Egyptians, the pharaohs, and the mummies. Black girl magic is here to stay. Go ahead and use your hashtag, be proud of your magic. We appreciate you. Okay, so some lessons that we take from the legacy and the legend of Cleopatra. Number one thing that I love is the fact that she learned, right? Took the time to learn the language of her people. She is ruler over this kingdom, but she was humble enough to say, you know what, I want to speak directly to my people. So the question for you is, who is in your kingdom, and how can you make sure you speak the language, walk the walk, and you know the life of the people within your kingdom? The number two thing that I like about Cleopatra's story is she used the law of perception. She used how people perceive her as a goddess, as a beauty figure to her advantage. I know it can be kind of an interesting situation, but for you, how do people perceive you, right? What values do they perceive? What talents do they see? And how can you use that perception to your advantage? Doesn't mean that that's all you have, right? Cleopatra was known for her beauty, known for being a goddess, but at the same time, behind closed doors, she knew 12 languages, was studying science and the movement of the stars. So she didn't let the perception define her, but she did use the perception for her political and war advantage in gaining that advantage, all right? So Cleopatra, great pharaoh, empress, goddess, even to some people. So let us know, for you, who is your kingdom and how can you connect with them? Thank you again for tuning in to Black Study Snacks, and of course, make sure y'all keep on snacking. Peace.
Black queens, holla if you know some. Black kings, tell me what you know, son. For this hack magic.